Not only its destiny, but India will have something to give to all over the world. And what will be that? This is what we had up to 1960. I think my very esteemed colleagues like Mr. Pavadia and Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, they will appreciate that till 1960 we had managing agency system. And in managing agency system, we had the best of both, best of public sector and best of private sector. We moved away from that between 1960 and 1990. We had one sort of progress. Now I think we are going back to that, where we'll have best of both. We'll have the talent of private sector. We'll have the direction of public sector. When I say that, I am also reminded of Bertrand Russell, who told that when we have two things, instead of having best, we may have the worst of both. But I am very sure that we have elite, we have outstanding administrators in our country, which have impeccably, a very great record. We have great politicians and policymakers, and therefore I am very definite, I am very sure that this model of public and private sector, they'll see that India gets the best, not the worst. I have no two opinions. I am sure with that, today and tomorrow, we will have great discussions. And friends, please join me in giving big applause to our distinguished guests on the dais and also of the dais once again.
Thank you, sir. This was all indeed because of your vision and encouragement that we could have this conference today. May I now take the privilege to introduce Mr. Zanis Podobnik to the gathering. Mr. Zanis Podobnik is currently the Acting Director General ICP Slovenia. He graduated medicine at the University of Ljubljana and worked as a physician in the Medical Center of Riza. He has been with ICP since 2012. Before that, he was as a parliamentarian, as a mayor. He has been a president of the Slovene Parliament, a minister for environment and spatial planning, and also an observer and member for the European Parliament. I request sir to give his address.
Thank you very much. Madam State Secretary, Professor Mishra, ladies and gentlemen, Excellencies, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the International Conference on Public-Private Partnership, the need of the hour, which we organize together with the Institute of Public Enterprise from Hyderabad. ICPE, International Center for Promotion of Enterprises, an intergovernmental organization situated in Slovenia, in Europe, founded 40 years ago, is proud to co-host this important conference. And I wish to emphasize that India is one of the founding member states of ICPE, as well one of the most active member states since its beginning. India has deputed a large number of government officials and public sector executives for short-term and long-term academic courses, including one-year international MBA program conducted at ICPE. We are sure that you all come to Hyderabad with an aim to exchange your experiences and also to decide how to work together in the future. We are here from countries in different stages of development, with different cultural and historic base, but we can nevertheless share together something of a very great value, experience and challenges. More than 1 year ago, we successfully joined our knowledge with colleagues from IPE at the International Conference on Benefits and Challenges of Public-Private Partnerships for Improving Energy Efficiency in Ljubljana, where we agreed that achieving a stable balance between private and public sector represents a crucial challenge from both national and regional economies, both in times of economic growth and particularly in times of economic crisis. We also agreed to work together on that issue, and that's why we are now here in this beautiful town, Hyderabad. I'm glad the follow-up is held here today, and again, together with our IPE from Hyderabad and also representative of Robotina and Hydria from the business sector from Slovenia are present to continue the good relation that began at the conference in October 2012. I anticipate that our today's discussion will enrich everyone and is going to contribute to our country's development and financial stability. However, we must realize that not only financial stability needs to be addressed. Ethical leadership, innovative breakthroughs, systemic strategies, and system-based modeling, cross-structural cooperation, cross-generational cooperation, all represents the key to success. We need to rethink the relationship between the state and the corporate ownership of the organizations that are of vital importance for the national economy. We need to increase cross-national and cross-regional cooperation based on our core competencies, strengths, and unique characteristics provided by culture, history, geographical location, and at the end, philosophical orientation. A new, innovative, social and business model should be implemented, also through public-private partnership. We have challenges and we have joint solutions. At the end, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the main organizer, Institute of Public Enterprises, their director, Professor Mishra, Dr. Rajesh Gandeshkar, and his team for their support and assistance, and the honor to implement this conference, if I may say, in our biggest member state, Republic of India. I wish all you a pleasant stay and efficient and productive work. Together with my colleagues from ICPE and from University of Economics in Ljubljana, we are prepared for further cooperation with our partners, and if I may say, we are already planning a similar conference that will take place maybe in Slovenia or maybe in India in near future. Thank you very much.
Now I would like to request the conference convener and head of the Center for Regulatory Bodies, Dr. Rajesh, to speak about the conference.
Dignitaries on the dais, delegates from academics and industry, press, my colleagues at IP, students, good morning all. What I am seeing right now here is a culmination of concerted efforts of the teams at IP and ICPE for the past 5 to 6 months. We were eagerly waiting for this day. We have such eminent speakers today from our country and from abroad. Ms. Kusumjit Sidhu, Shri Jayesh Ranjan, Professor Raghuram, Dr. Khan Masood Ahmed, Dr. P.K. Chaube, Dr. Vinay, Shri Naresh Goyal, Shri Gadgil, Dr. Somdev, Shri Pavadia, Shri N.V.S. Reddy. And from abroad we have Mr. Janvan, Mr. Martin Sobek, Ms. Mojika Rovachik, Professor Nevenka Rovatin, Mr. Bedne, Mr. David Palchik, who are a name to reckon with in the domain of PPP. And of course, the team, our co-hosts from ICPE, Mr. Tomasz and Mr. Janez Podobnik, whose cooperation was of great help in shaping the conference. And I must mention one name, that lady is not present here, Ms. Sara Arco from ICPE, who was involved in the nitty-gritty of conference right from the beginning. And now coming to the conference per se, the seeds of this conference were sown when in October 2012, I was at Ljubljana for attending an international conference on PPP. It was then we decided that why can't ICP and IP come together and have some international conference here in Hyderabad. And that's how in August we decided, and that the conference date will be January 23rd, 24th. And so here we are today. The fact that this conference finds a mention in the joint cooperation MOU signed between Republic of Slovenia and India speaks volumes regarding the prestige that this conference has come to acquire. Yes, as far as the title of the conference, PPP, the need of the hour, we strongly feel, yes, this is an apt title because it is the synergy between the public and private that will help us in building a robust infrastructure in the much needed metamorphosis of infrastructure in which almost every country, whether the emerging economies or developed economies, are involved. Of course, there is a criticism against PPP somewhere or the other in the wake of what happened in the highways and road sector and in the wake of what happened in Mundra Power Project. But it's a fact of matter that PPP is certainly required because issues and challenges, yes, they will be always there. But there are also positive developments, such as we have a PPP policy in place. There are about 750 projects based on PPP model. So be it roads, highways, energy, for that matter, education and health. So somewhere or the other PPP is there. So criticisms apart. So there are issues, there are challenges, and India has met these challenges many times in the past and will meet this challenge also. That's the reason why we have created this platform for the supporters and critics as well, so that we arrive at a consensus. I'm sure the intellectual deliberations in these 2 days spread over 6 sessions, wherein about 30 papers are being presented, will be of immense benefit for the participants here who have come, and about 30 papers, about 41 papers were sent, and we selected about 30 papers, and some of which are published, and that book will be released soon. So more than this, I will not say anything. I will certainly not come between you and the intellectual deliberations that are going to follow. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh. Now I take the opportunity of introducing Ms. Moisha Haraches. She is the Minister Plenipotentiary, Economic Affairs, Deputy Chief of the Mission, the Embassy of Republic of Slovenia in New Delhi. Ms. Moisha has graduated in Sociology from Faculty of Social Sciences from University of Ljubljana. She has worked in Institute of International Scientific, Technical and Cultural Cooperation in Ljubljana, Statistical Office of the Republic of Slovenia, prior to joining the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Slovenia. From 1996 to 2010, she has handled key responsibilities such as Head of Consular Division, First Secretary for the European Union, Educational and Minority Affairs, Embassy of the Republic of Slovenia in Budapest. Alongside, she also studied on Cultural Management from Amsterdam College, Netherlands, and New Commercial Diplomacy from ICP Ljubljana. Now I request Madam to give her address.
Distinguished Speaker, Madam Sidro, Mr. Podobnik, Shri Ranjan, Professor Mishra, Dr. Rajesh. Personally, I'm sampled how important bridge could be cooperation between institutions. That I'm standing here today, in some extent, I have to thank Professor Mishra, who raised my interest to India in one of his lectures in 2009 at the University of Ljubljana. Dear guests, governmental and business representatives, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be here today, this morning, to address the International Conference on Public-Private Partnership, the need of the hour. On behalf of the Embassy of the Republic of Slovenia in New Delhi, I welcome the conference. We are very pleased that the conference is co-organized by Institute of Public Enterprises and International Center for Promotion of Enterprises with support of Department of Public Enterprises, Government of India. For Slovenia, this conference has a special importance. The International Center for Promotion of Enterprises, as an intergovernmental organization, has its headquarters in our capital, Ljubljana, Slovenia. It represents the first intergovernmental organization in Slovenia, mandated to promote international cooperations in areas related to public sector management, privatization, sustainable entrepreneurship, and sustainable development and promotion of knowledge-based societal changes. Slovenia and India have been the most active partners in this framework. ICP activities represent an added value to relations between Slovenia and India. For more than 20 years, Slovenia and India enjoy excellent relations. We should also note that there has been intensification of political and economic relations between our two countries in the recent years, with the exchange of high-level visits and high intensity of business-to-business contacts. We would also like to draw your attention to many potentially interesting projects between Slovenia and Indian public enterprises, including the strategic economic fields like energy and other core industries in Slovenia. In addition to the academic role, ICP can also be a very good platform to support or to facilitate business and technology exchange between our countries. There are several possibilities where academic, research, and business institutions from India, Slovenia, and other ICPE member states could be translated into reality. The relaunched MBA program for business executive and ICPE short-term training programs have shown much potential for furthering the knowledge of high officials of Government of India and of managers of know-how on European practices, on the governance of public enterprises, and on a high standard of theoretical background in the selected fields. We believe this conference will importantly contribute to strengthening the fine cooperation between ICPE and Indian partner institutions, as well as the relations between Slovenia and India. The last, but not the least, I would like to convey the best greetings of our new ambassador, Her Excellency Mrs. Darja Baudaš-Kuret, who is not able to participate the conference due to the reception for the Indian National Day celebration hosted by your president today. We wish the conference all success. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. I now take the privilege of introducing Sri Jayesh Ranjan, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, Andhra Pradesh Industrial Infrastructure Corporation Limited, to the gathering. Sri Jayesh Ranjan is a member of the Indian Administrative Service of the 1992